What up, what up? This your boy Chris Cross checking in. This is the TC MMA Podcast YouTube channel. First mobile live stream in years. I can say that with confidence. In years, we haven't done a mobile live stream. So I figured I'd check in today. Hopefully it goes well. We'll find out. I never have luck with these things. But it is what it is. It's been a whirlwind type of week. Crazy week with Hamza getting a new opponent, Islam getting a new opponent. The UFC has done a great job to keep this card alive. Hamza facing Kamaru Usman. And if you thought I'd back down from my prediction before against Costa, nothing has changed. He's going to dominate Kamaru Usman in the same way. Islam Makhachev with the new opponent of Alexander Volkanovski. That's highly interesting. Islam still wins. So despite the fact that both these fighters got new opponents, it doesn't change anything in terms of the final outcome. Hamza's winning, Islam's winning. Bottom line, these guys are number 1 and number 4 on the dude list. How can I rightfully go against them? Now, Volkanovski is 6 on the dude list, so that's a 4 versus 6 matchup. So that's highly exciting. I can't wait for that one. Actually, it might be a 3 versus 6 matchup, but it is what it is. But I'm most interested in Khamzat Chimaev, right? This is a totally different type of fight than it would have been against Paulo Costa, right? He wipes the floor, mops the floor with Paulo Costa. Kamaru Usman is a different story. If he goes in there and beats this guy in the first round, it will be unbelievable. I don't care about the late notice. I don't care about it being at middleweight. It is what it is. Kamaru Usman has KO power, and he's got some of the best takedown defense in all of MMA. Yeah, Leon Edwards got to him a few times, but remember that first fight, rounds 2 through 4, all Kamaru Usman in terms of control time. Has Usman lost a step? Maybe. But maybe it's just that Usman is having trouble making weight at 170. So maybe he comes up the middleweight and he's a little bit stronger, right? Maybe he's more powerful. It's going to be interesting to see, because this is not a situation where Usman has to cut weight or anything like that. Same for Hamza. And man, trust me when I tell you, Hamza is a whole different fighter, way different fighter at middleweight as opposed to welterweight. A lot of you got on him for his struggles against Gilbert Burns. I get that. I understand it. Okay? But the guy isn't made to get down to 170 anymore. His last fight against middleweight, Gerald Meerschaert dropped him in 17 seconds. After that, Gerald Meerschaert won 4 of his next 5 fights. You know, Meerschaert isn't one of the best in the division, not even ranked, anything like that. But he's still a tough out. He's still a tough guy to fight. You know, you're going to have to wear him down, beat him that way. He does have submission ability. Hamza went in there in 17 seconds and dominated his opponent. Absolutely dominated. So nothing is going to change in this fight against Kamaru Usman. It's just going to be a tougher fight strategically, because the takedown game may or may not be there. If he goes in there and just takes Usman down at will, nobody on the planet, 98% takedown defense. He stops 97 out of 100 takedowns. So if Hamza can go in there and take this guy down at will, even I will be shocked if he breaks through the takedown defense of Usman. But what's likely to happen is he goes in there and overpowers him in the first round and KOs him. And who on the planet has done that to Usman? Who? Leon Edwards got the KO in the 5th round. The second fight, it went the distance, right? No one goes in there and KOs Usman in the first round, or even the second round is tough. 3rd round is tough. So if he goes in there and KOs Usman in the first round, I don't want to hear any excuses from y'all. I don't want to hear, well, Usman's a welterweight and he took the fight on late notice and blase. I don't care about none of that. The only thing I care about is that Hamza goes in there and gets the win, and then the UFC holds true to its president's statement that the winner of this fight gets a middleweight title fight. Because if Hamza fights Sean Strickland, that's going to be an easy win too, and Hamza will raise the belt, and you hear Bruce Buffer say, and new. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen when Hamza wins this fight. The UFC better give him his title shot. I don't want to hear nothing being said after the fight. Dricus du Plessis was promised a title fight. He didn't get it. That's why I'm not totally bought in on the UFC saying, yeah, Hamza definitely gets a title fight. Everyone's running around now, yeah, Hamza wins, he gets. They want you to pay for the pay-per-view. Okay, this is a money-making business, first of all. I'm not sold that he gets a title fight. I'm not sold that the UFC doesn't make him fight Dricus du Plessis before he gets a title fight. But if he wins, he should be fighting Sean Strickland and beat the heck out of him. And then we get a nice little fight between him and Dricus du Plessis. And then not long after that, you get an even better matchup with him and Bo Nickel, because by that time, Bo Nickel will have won another 3 fights. And because Hamza is the champion, you got nothing to lose by fighting the champion. Even if you lose, you don't lose your ranking. So Bo Nickel will then be knocking on the door. And the middleweight division will start to build. And after Hamza beats all of them, okay, yeah, I'm going deep into the future right now. Stick with me. After Hamza beats all of them, then he's coming after the light heavyweight belt, whether that be Yuri, Alex Pereira, Jamal Hill. It don't really matter. Hamza beats all of them, okay? Definite 2-belt champion, 100%. The 3rd belt, which I think Hamza chases eventually, will be the hardest one to win. But the way he's going to get that belt is when John Jones leaves and the heavyweight division is kind of in a little bit of chaos and they don't really have a real champion, and he goes up there and sneaks in and gets up in there and wins that belt too. Now, y'all think I'm crazy. Y'all think I'm crazy. But remember, I said it right here on the live stream. Hamza is going to be the middleweight, light heavyweight, and eventually the heavyweight champion. He is not going back down to welterweight. Never. It's not going to happen. Okay? Could he win it? Yes. But you did see the struggles against Gilbert Burns. It is real. Okay? What Hamza did in the 3rd round against Gilbert Burns is historic, because he shouldn't even be in the welterweight division ever again. There's no reason for Hamza to cut down to 170 pounds. It's as simple as that. There is no reason for Hamza to cut down to 170 pounds. Doesn't need to do it. He's better off getting up to 220 and sneaking the heavyweight belt when that division is weakened. And within 2 years from now, it will be weakened, because John Jones will be gone, okay? And who else is going to rise up? Francis Ngannou's not here anymore. And it doesn't matter who you beat to get it. It just matters that you get the belt. That's all that matters, is that you get the belt by any means possible, even in a weak heavyweight division at that time, and you're the first 3-belt champion in UFC history. And then you're the best fighter ever in the game. Spoke to a guy at work today. I work at a school, so there's students, up to 25 years old. And the guy came up to me today. He's like, man, you've been talking about Hamza since the beginning. I said, yes, sir. And I'm not backing down. And he's like, I'm starting to look at Hamza now. He's for real. He's no joke. I said, yeah. And he's better than everyone thinks he is. Even those of us like myself that keep saying he's going to win 2 or 3 belts, he's going to do this. He's better than we even believe he is. I'm talking all this smack, right? He's better than I even know he is. Hamza is going to dominate everybody. And I want to be on record as saying this from the very jump, from the beginning. After his very first UFC fight, boom, I came on and said, this guy is the future champion. Then after 4 fights, he gave up 1 significant strike to the first 4 fighters, all the way through Gerald Meerschaert, who he beat like 17-0 in significant strikes. I said, this guy is going to be the first 3-belt champion in the UFC. Looking a little tougher now without the welterweight, but I do believe he can win the belt in the heavyweight division in a weak division. That's my belief. Listen, for now, it's your boy Chris Cross. Have a great day and God bless. Peace.